Welcome. This would be probably an update, something I wanted to put out a couple days ago. The situation with the SPSs. Most of them are still not doing pretty good, as you can see in the back. I've done a lot of rock work changing. The green digi still bleaching back there. It's getting some diatoms on it. Most SPSs are gone. You can see the green digi right here. It's slowly dying, getting some algae buildup. Let's see if I can focus in right on the tips. You see the tips right there. Little bits of algae just building up on them. And that's pretty much what's happening with everything. Let me come over here to the Montipora lantana. You can see some algae building up on it. Zoom back out real quick. But even looking at the sand bed, you can see diatoms blooming here and there, all kinds of algae. I'm coming to the conclusion, me pulling out a bunch of rock and then taking down the huge Monty I had right in this area right here probably caused the tank to go through some type of cycle again. That's my only thought. In the last 3 years of doing this, I've seen tanks go through mini cycles, adding new rock and stuff like that, but I must have changed too much up with the tank by removing stuff. I got to the point where the wife looked at the tank and said, "You know what, your tank looks pretty ugly and disgusting." So I said to myself, well, I guess it's time to tear it down. And when I say that, I mean just redo everything. So I went ahead, I had that last damsel sitting in there, so I got up one day and said, you know what, I'm going to tear the tank down. I pulled absolutely everything out of the tank. I caught the damsel, which is now over in the 34 Red Sea Max with the other one. And I redid the rock work. Most of it still looks pretty much the same. This side over here stayed the same. Did a little bit different right here. Completely different in this whole area. This big rock that was right here is actually lifted up now, so there's a lot less rock sitting on the surface of the sand. And basically for the tang, I went ahead and ripped out literally everything that was inside the I guess you could say reef that I had going. I bought this piece of rock right here I picked up at the store, and it's a good 15-20 inches around, and I set it on top of a bunch and literally made a huge cave. I know I'm probably boring you with this video right now, but I made a huge cave. I redid the rock work, the tang. Everybody loves it. They go in and out of it. The tang doesn't have to squeeze into any areas of the tank. So literally, I have 4 or 5 pieces of rock touching the sand, other than the stuff you see right here in the front. And the whole thing is just, the whole aquascape is just off of the sand, And I actually didn't use any glue or anything this time. I just stacked it all on top of each other, because most of the stuff that I glued together before still stayed together when I ripped it off. But I redid it. I like it. It looks decent. I still have a lot of SPS dying, but some of it's starting to look a little better too. So, I'm assuming it was just a mini cycle I put it through by ripping out too much at one time. You really can't rush these saltwater systems, because you could have something went wrong, something got stirred up, something got released, and went to town on the SPSs. Everything else looks wonderful, and needless to say, when you stir things up, it seems like the soft corals and the LPS seem to just do better, like they're catching more. But I got rid of some of the foods I was feeding that were new in the last few months and went back to my old stuff. Still using the same salt, still doing the same water changes, hoping to see some stuff come back and not lose everything. I don't think I'm going to lose everything, for sure. But that's just a quick update on what is going on with my tank. I'll go ahead and show some close-ups here and there. But most of the SPS is gone, most of the bird's nest is gone, most of the digis are gone. I pretty much just ripped them out before they could even keep getting worse, other than the stuff that was on the rocks. And I'm okay with it. It's not killing me inside. But I'll go ahead and show a close-up of a few different things. The mushrooms doing wonderful. Got a dead snail there. Went ahead and picked up more of a cleanup crew to help with all the nastiness going on. This rock here was one of the first rocks I ever purchased, and I think it weighs 10, 11 pounds and completely hollow. I mean, it has tons of little holes that go in and out. The fish love it, but it's now literally up off the ground. I don't know if anybody can really see that there. I just got this one little teeny rock right here sitting underneath this monster boulder, pretty much holding it up. Clam's doing wonderful. Everybody likes their new little caves and stuff like that. Oh, and with the 14-gallon frag tank, I am shutting it down. I've gotten to the point where, the frags really aren't worth that much money, and if I'm losing all my SPSs, then more than likely I am not going to buy more. So there's no sense in fragging pieces of SPS and stuff like that, so I'm just going to stick with the stuff that seems to make me more money at the pet stores, which is the LPS, the zoids, the soft corals that just seem to grow rapid on rocks. Green hammer, pink hammer, all doing wonderful. Just some assorted rocks right here that came off of the reef. You can see my green bullseye mushrooms now because the Monty was covering them up. Spider-Man mushrooms. You really can't tell. Yeah, and I always thought I'm bending over here, sounding like an idiot. The cactus pavana I have up here, I always thought that was an SPS. Obviously not, because it's not affected by anything that's going on. But you can see the bird's nest missing right there. The bird's nest that was in front of this green digi here is missing. That was right there. The digi that was there is missing. And I still have this SPS right here. It doesn't seem to be too affected by anything going on other than right where the two corals were touching each other, the green digi and whatever this is. I don't remember. But it still seems to be doing alright for the most part. I'm assuming eventually it's going to start to fade away too. Glaxia doing fine. Pink frog spawn, that's doing fine. Then I got my neon green frog spawn over here, which is just growing crazy. But enough with that. I wanted it to be a quick little update, or shall I say final eviction notice for the damsels. Damsels are gone. I'll never put them back in here. I did throw the cow. I acclimated the cowfish the other day during the last water change and put him into the tank with the little clownfish that I had. So he's running around loving it. Taking off into the cave. Maybe we can get a little shot of him going in there. There he is. Poking around inside the cave, looking for some food. And I was surprised I got the cave as big as I did. I mean, it is just, it's huge. But the fish seem to love it. Any questions, comments, go ahead and write them down below. I'll make an update of the 14 probably before I completely shut it down, but I am going to shut it down, probably just keep it as a hospital tank in case something goes wrong in the future. 34 Red Sea Max, still doing fine. I'll make an update on that soon. But as for the Red Sea Max 250, went ahead, pulled out every piece of rock, took out the damsels, reset the rock, and hopefully all these, this mini cycle or whatever it's going through will just fade out in the next month and everything will look nice and pretty and pretty. Everybody keep looking forward to more videos, and I look forward to seeing all your videos. Peace.